Hi kids, today we will be making winter birds. Here is an example of winter birds. Some of the things I'd like you to pay attention to are how we make art out of shapes. What shapes do you see? This is a triangle. The trees are rectangles. The wings are half circles. The tail is also a triangle shape. And the body of the bird is kind of a circle with a mouth cut out. And how about the snowflakes? Do they look like circles? We've taken all these shapes and we're going to use those to make winter birds. Ready? Let's begin. First, let's start by grabbing our art bag. Let's first take out our art protector and lay it out. Next, you'll see a bunch of pieces of paper and a Ziploc that should have a paper clip. It'll be a blue or purple, some shade that looks like the sky, a long rectangular white piece, and then the Ziploc. The next thing we'll need is a paper plate. And then inside of our Ziploc, we'll need glue. And we will also need paint, which should be in another Ziploc. So go ahead and grab a black and a white. We can put this away for now while we create our project. Okay, so let's begin. If you don't have a pair of scissors and a pencil, go ahead and pause the video and grab them. We're going to use the rectangular piece of white paper as our trees. Do you remember the trees in the drawing? We're going to be cutting 3 out. So go ahead and start from the top, and you want your paper vertical, which means long ways up and down. Go ahead and draw a line and create a tree. Then go ahead and cut that out. Now we're going to do our second tree. You can make it wider if you'd like, or thinner. You choose. Remember, we're drawing from top to bottom or bottom to top, but the long way. And then go ahead and cut that out. And now for our third tree. You can either make it the same width or make it wider or thinner. This is art, so you choose. I'm going to make mine a little thicker. And then go ahead and cut that out. If you would like to make some branches for your tree, you can go ahead and cut those out now too. You can either go along the short end, or if you'd like to make longer branches, which I'm going to do, is I'm going to go on a diagonal and just make a couple branches. And then I'm going to make one that's a little shorter. Remember, this is art, so use your imagination to make your branches and then cut them out. Don't worry about the pencil mark because you won't be able to see it. So now we're going to grab our Ziploc, and I want you to find should be a yellow piece of paper. And it should be either a square or a rectangle. We're then going to grab our paper plate and our black paint. What you're going to do is open this, and if you need help, ask an adult. We're going to put some on one side of the plate. We want to leave room for the white paint on the other side. So open that up and put just a little bit on the plate. And think about the size of your paper, because we're going to be dipping the paper into the paint. So maybe spread it out so that it's a line. Remember, ask for help if you need it. Okay, so now I want you to take the branches that you cut down, and if you can see some pencil mark, make sure they're facing down. What we're going to do is create the black lines of the tree using a painting method called scaping. And before I begin, I'm going to show you, we're going to dip it in paint, and then we're going to add an angle. Hopefully you can see this. Just lightly scrape the white trees, giving it that look. So again, with our pencil marks facing down, I would like you to gently, and don't put your yellow piece all the way in the black, just gently touch it, and then maybe dab it on the paper plate if you have too much. And going across your trees, not up and down, create some of those marks. And if you need more paint, go ahead and dip and then create that black line feature of the trees. So once you've made all your black lines, we are going to put this aside to dry while we finish the rest. So you can put it off to the side now. The next thing we're going to do is start to make our birds. I want you to grab your Ziploc with all the colorful patterned paper, and if you are like me, and I just noticed I have paint on my table protector, you can actually put that aside right now because we won't be using any paint. So go ahead and move that while we work on our birds. Okay, so grab your Ziploc and let's take out the colorful pieces of paper. You should have different patterns. And if you remember back to the example, do the bodies of our bird look like a circle with a portion cut out, maybe a triangle? So with the first piece of pattern paper, I want you to take the pattern side and face it down. We're then going to draw a circle, and I don't want you to use the whole paper because we're going to have to use some of it for the wings and the tail. So go ahead and start at the top and draw a circle. And go ahead and do that to all 3 pieces of your pattern paper. I don't want you to worry about the pencil mark because we're going to glue that down so you won't be able to see it. That's why we drew our circle on the back side. So now go ahead and cut your circles out. So now that we have 3 circles for the bodies of our bird, I want you to take each, face them down so the color part is face down, and draw a triangle on each. Does everybody remember what a triangle looks like? Remember, start at the edge, make a point, and almost to the middle, and then draw out. And do that on all 3. Now that you have that drawn, go ahead and cut out those triangles. So now that you turn it over, can you see how this looks like the body of the bird? And then we're going to use the triangle as the tail. Now we're going to create the beak and the wings. Remember how I asked you not to draw the circle on the entire piece? Well, let's use the bottom part to make our wings and our beak. Does everybody remember what the beak was shaped like? Does that look like a circle? No. Does it look like a triangle? Perfect. Good answer. And then the wings, what did we say? We said it kind of looked like a half circle. So let's draw those out and cut them. So for our beak, we're going to draw a triangle. So go ahead and do that on all 3 pieces and then cut them out. And now we're going to do our wings. So what you can do to practice drawing circles is you can draw a circle and then draw a line right through the middle. And now you're going to do that on all 3 and then cut it out. So we're going to cut out half of that circle. And this is why it's called a half circle. So go ahead and complete your last 2. Okay, so now that we've cut everything out for our birds, you can go ahead and put your wings aside in a pile, put your beaks in a pile, put your tails in a pile, and put your bodies in a pile together. So now we're going to grab our blue, it should be blue, or light blue, or maybe a light purple, but I think it's blue. And we're going to start assembling all the pieces. I want you to grab your tree trunks, the white pieces that you painted, and hopefully they've dried enough. And we're going to go ahead and glue those onto the blue paper. if they haven't dried enough, go ahead and pause the video and wait a little bit for them to dry. So go ahead and grab your glue stick. Remember, twist the bottom to have the blue move up, and grab one of your branches, apply glue on the back, and then place it on your blue paper. So go ahead and line up the bottom of the white to the bottom of your piece of paper. And the white is going to go, your white rectangle strip is going to go up like a tree. And go ahead and do that with the other two branches. Now remember, kids, this is art, so you should feel free to use your imagination on where you'd like them placed. They don't have to be spaced out. They can be next to each other. Make it your own. Go ahead and glue and place them where you'd like. Once you have them down, press down a little bit, but don't smudge them, so don't move up and down and press hard. Just lie your hands flat and apply pressure so that the glue sticks. And if you cut out branches like me, you can go ahead and glue those now. Okay, so now let's place our birds out on our trees. So think about a bird and its tail and its feather and its beak. So place it so that the cutout of the triangle is facing up. And then place your tail, which usually goes on the back of the bird. And then remember to try to, if you'd like, use different colors to contrast, which remember means two different things against each other. And does that look like a bird? I think we're missing our wing. Let's see here. And place it down first and see if it looks like a bird. And then once you've placed them, you can go ahead and glue them. So now these are your birds. Now's your time to be creative and place them the way you'd like. Just remember that the beak is going to go on the front, the wing in the body, and the tail at the back. But if you'd like them facing each other, they can be facing each other. So go ahead and place them now. So once you have them placed the way you like them, go ahead and glue them down to the paper. Okay, now that we have our birds glued on, we are going to grab a Sharpie, and I apologize if I forgot this in the beginning. Reach into your bag if you have to and grab your Sharpie, and we're going to use this to create the eyes and the feet of the birds. So go ahead, the eyes will be near the beak, and you can make little legs so that it's standing on the tree. So go ahead and fill this in. And now we're going to move on to the last part of the project. For this, you will need the Q-tips that are in your Ziploc and the white paint. So go ahead and open that up. If you need help, pause and ask an adult. Once you have it open, go ahead and put it on the other side of the paper plate from the black. We're now going to use a blotting technique to make the snowflakes. Do you remember the snowflakes from the example? So we're going to take the Q-tip, put it in the white paint, and then just gently touch. So we're just going to dot with the end of the Q-tip. So go ahead and create your snowflakes. So there we have it. Winter birds. I hope you enjoyed this project. I now want you to give it to an adult or your teacher or a parent aside so that everything can dry. And now we're going to clean up. Let's put our table protector back in the bag. Our glue back in the Ziploc. Along with our Sharpie, pencil, and scissors if that's where you found them from. Okay, kids, I hope you had a great time making winter birds. Always remember that art is reflective of you, so there's no right way or wrong way to do art. I hope you had a great time, and I will see you next time.